evening, viewers. This is again, I'm back with a absolutely amazing personality called Naina Mansukhani. Naina, welcome to my Tea Time Talk.
Well, hi. I brought coffee, but
Yeah,
same
it's
hot
okay.
beverage.
So, how are you, Naina?
I'm good. I mean, saw you 5 minutes ago. You know exactly how I am, mum.
Today we are going to talk with Naina, and Naina's going to share beautiful things with us about the relationship, especially what not to do in any relationship.
Yep.
And as everybody knows, and most of whom they don't know Naina is a former lawyer. She's a Nike pacer. She's a coach, and she's an upcoming author. So, welcome, Naina, to my show.
Hi. Thank you
Hi,
for
Naina.
having me,
Would you like
mom.
to
I can't
introduce
believe my other
yourself?
sister got to come first.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I mean, you just gave me a good introduction. I think that was good enough. But for those of you who don't know me, I'm Naina Mansukhani. I'm also her daughter. My other sister got to come on the show first before I did, but she's an actor, so I understand that. I'm an upcoming author. Like my mom said, I'm also based for Nike India, which I love. I love running. It's my passion. I'm also a lawyer. I love law. I don't regret ever doing it. But I'm a coach now, which is something I'm even more happier about. Over to you, mom.
So, Naina, what kind of tips or what are you going to tell our viewers today about the relationship? Do you want to start, or should I ask one by one questions? Because, this is so exciting for me. But I think, you know what? Knowing you, like you just go, in a speed the way you run. So I give you that opportunity. Either you start yourself, or I'll ask you one by one the questions about your book, about how it's going to help the viewers, and what is a good takeaway that they are going to take from this show today, and what made you write this book. So I'm asking you all in one, and slowly and gradually you can tell me how you want to do.
It's your show. You should do whatever you want, but I can answer a few questions now. So the reason I chose this topic, what not to do in a relationship, is because I'm writing a book called Relationship, and I'm very excited about that. So I'm no expert in the area, but I'm pretty much an expert in knowing what not to do and where I went wrong, and where lots of other people and women that I've interviewed, especially to figure out where they went wrong in their relationships. So that's basically the outcome of this conversation, that you're going to get a little more perspective on how to maybe save your relationships by not doing some things that a lot of people do.
First, before we start this, what made you write this book?
What made me write this book is because I've seen like a lot of women that I associate with my friends, people I know really closely, and even myself. When you go into a relationship, because you're so excited and you're so in love, there are certain things that you'll do that's not necessarily good for the long duration and the longevity of that relationship. And then I've often seen girls going through really bad breakups, women going through a really horrible breakup, and they feel so down and out. It hurts their self-esteem and their self-confidence and their whole sense of being. So I've interviewed women like that who had great relationships and also really shitty ones, hence the word relationship, and then how to make it better. It's all about how to make it better.
Okay, so did this even book help you, because you are also coaching so many women, and you're coaching everyone, male and female. So I'm sure you must be getting to know many people, and is this one of the reasons?
Yeah, I've worked with so many people. I'm an Afin Khan certified coach, and I'm very proud of that. That certification did not come easy. I really worked hard for it. I understood how people behave, how the mind works. And because I've been working as a coach for like a year now, I've had a lot of insight in people's lives. I've got to know a lot of things about people, men and women. And that's what gave me the inspiration to come and do this book, because as a coach, you're always looking for a solution. You've seen people come out of terrible breakups, bad relationships. I've heard all kinds of stories. Like, I'll tell you one, mom, and I don't think I've told this to you before. And for everybody who's listening, I went to one of the previews and I met a lawyer. She was also a lawyer, so we had really good rapport. And she said to me, "My life changed in 3 seconds." And I was like, "What does that even mean?" She's like, "My husband went without my children to Australia for a holiday, for just a 2 month long holiday. And he picked up the phone, and in exactly 3 second long conversation, he said to me, 'I'm keeping the kids. I'm never coming back.'" And
Oh,
she said, in 3 seconds, my whole world changed. So I've seen someone like that, come out of a horrible relationship with not even enough closure, and then, pick up her life and move on. And it's amazing to see that you meet all kinds of people with all kinds of stories.
I mean, I'm really telling you, women go through a lot, and I feel women are so powerful. They have so much power within themselves, but they just need to understand themselves more. They need to self value them.
Yeah, I completely agree, but I feel like it's not just a women thing. It's even men, even guys go through a lot of things in a relationship. Like, I know a guy, also somebody I met through coaching. He said he was so in love with this girl, and then he caught her red-handed having an affair with his best friend. And he said that his entire perception on relationships was shattered at that point, and he felt like women can never be trusted. So you have like these moments that happen for men and women, and it's unfair. Doesn't matter who it's happening to, but there's
That's
like a
true.
huge learning curve.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true, actually. But I feel that women go through a lot. But yes, I agree
everyone.
that men too go through a lot.
Yeah,
But
they do.
yeah. So tell me a little bit about your book.
Okay, so like I said, relationship. Don't, whoever's watching this, try to even steal it. I'm a lawyer. I've got the trademarks done. I've got the copyrights in place. It's all good. The IP is very strong on this. I love the name, obviously. So it's what not to do in relationships. Like, I'll give you an example. The first time a girl's in love, or the first time she feels like, I've never had an experience like this in my life before, she will become a pleaser. Even the guy, you start changing. You become something you're not. The way you dress will change. The way you party, like you used to party, but you stop it now, and you start becoming someone else to please this person. And that is the first thing you should not do, because in the long run you'll be exhausted of trying to be someone else, and that will really screw your relationship up. So it's better to find someone from the start who shares the same values as you have, who can understand the way you are, and have a level of acceptance. I'm not saying you should never change. If you have like a few things you can work on, of course, by all means, become a better version of yourself. But if you are used to certain things that you do, like, if you like partying, and if you enjoy a certain kind of setup, and the guy doesn't, you don't want to change yourself to become someone like that, because in the long run you'll be pretty tired of not being yourself.
True.
So that's one.
True.
Yeah. What do you
So
think?
absolutely amazing. I mean, I fully agree there, because just be yourself.
Yeah.
So
And
when are you going to publish this book?
17th October, when is my birthday? I'm not going to publish it, then I'm going
Then
to finish
I wish
writing
you
it
all
then.
the best. That's amazing. I think you've given me a gift.
Yeah, I can't believe you and Sonia Didi beat me to it, but I'm writing the book for sure. It's going to come out in October. I'm very, very excited about that.
I'm excited too. Okay, so I'll just go a little backward with your college days and just want to find out, how did you get into your fitness, and then you went into the law, and then you quit your law?
Okay, so I'll tell you how that happened. I mean, you know how that happened, but I'll tell you anyway for everyone's benefit. I went to college. I was very, very inspired with sports and athletics. I always was, because I was in boarding school, and I remember not fitting in very well with people there. And that's another thing you can know about relationships. my book is mostly about relationships with your partners, but I'll tell you about relationships even with others around. I tried my level best fitting in into a boarding school. And then when I realized I can't do this and I can't be somebody who I'm not, I found a lot of peace and happiness building a relationship with myself with game and sports. So I feel like a secret to any great relationship is that you have a good relationship with yourself. And that's, I feel, it's in the core of even my book, and it's core of my realization. So when I got good at sports and I started enjoying my company and running, I became really strong in something. And that led me to carry on my athletics and sports when I was in college. Then I represented the city of Maharashtra in football. I represented Mumbai City in athletics. Still have the t shirt where it says Mumbai City, which is very, very exciting. Then I got a call from Nike one day and they said, "Would you like to pace for us?" And I thought it was a joke from one of my friends. And when I went and checked it out, it was a real thing. And it was the most amazing feeling ever. Then, long story short, 8 years I've been pacing for Nike India. I've been on their TV commercial, Dada Ding, which is very exciting. And also in their brand campaigns. I've been on the bus stop in the posters, which was really exciting, and on their shopping bags. So that was a whole other thing that came out from just trying to have good relationship with myself and enjoying my own company. And then after that, I became a lawyer because I've always been passionate about law, justice. That's things that really excited me. Plus, I watch a lot of movies, so I got more inspired with courtroom drama. But of course, when I started working with my law firm Shardul Amarchand, where I used to work, I never really had courtroom drama. It was corporate law firm. It was very respectable position. I loved working there. It really was a great experience. But I realized again I wasn't being myself, because me sitting on a desk for hours and hours a day, it's not something I would imagine my life to be. I love traveling, I love adventure, and I wasn't getting that in the firm. So I quit and became a coach, and this has been my most vibrant life: traveling, coaching, meeting people, you know, work as much as I want, kind of being your own boss. I love that feeling. So
I
that's a little bit about my story.
Nana, why did I ask you this question is because I have seen many people, or that I train grow younger than 50 plus women. So most of the ladies, they face a lot of problems with young children. And young children, somewhere down the line, I think they are under pressure. Parents want them to become something and they want to do something else.
Mm.
So I just wanted to know what tip would you like to give, because I know that I didn't put any pressure.
Yeah.
So this main reason, like nowadays, people are really facing a lot of these issues. With the result, nobody is happy,
What,
like the parents and the children relationship.
so define how young, like what age group is young? Like
See,
what?
lately I spoke to somebody and the guy was 23 and he just told me, that they have this issue and how do you handle it? So I have heard many such cases
So
like this. So
with
25, 20.
with yeah, with all due respect, if somebody is already above the age of 20, they should be in a position where they call shots about their life, about what they want to do. Obviously, I think parents make you have a great direction in your life, but I feel by the time you're 23, your relationship with your money and a relationship with a career should kind of be established. Like, even if you don't want to do a typical doctor, lawyer, engineer job, whatever you do, it should be something that you want to be successful in. So I feel if 23-year old, 23 is young. You're young, of course you're young when you're in your 20s. Even more than that, you're young. But I feel like when you're above the age of 20, you should be in a position where you have good relationship with money, good mindset about ambition. You have to have a great relationship with yourself, again, in terms of having good ambition, and you want to have that drive of success. If you're 23 and clueless about what you want to do, great, your parents will give you a direction, but you should be in a position where you say, "I'm very serious about this. Mom, dad, give me 1 year. I want to try being an actor, or I want to try being a gardener, whatever it is." And just at least give yourself a real shot. That's what actually I did with you. I told you, "Give me 1 year, let me try coaching. If it doesn't work out, I'll go back and work in a law firm." And you only took me seriously because I did come and give you a plan B. So I feel like having your passion put forward with a good backup plan could help you deal with that, because it's still your child's life and they should be allowed to make their own mistakes.
true. But Naina, I think you've been very lucky enough and you knew what was happening. And plus, there was no pressure from your end, you know. But the thing is, many of them, it's very difficult to, even when they know what to do, they feel this is their goal. But when they reach their goal, they feel this was not their happiness. They need to do something else. So, what is that one thing, if you may, you know, because you're coaching, that's why I'm asking you this question, because people's mind keep changing. So, what is that one thing that you would suggest them, you know?
When they are in a different mindset. What would I, like I said, mom, like you want to first identify your passion, like find out what you even want to do. So I made a list of things that I thought I would enjoy doing, and then you see what you can seriously pursue. Like make a list of, at least identify what you want to do. If you could have the best life, most amazing life in terms of a career, what would that look like?
Yeah.
And then just finding out what you even enjoy doing, that would be a good start.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
So, Naina, I know you told that you're going to publish and release this book on the 17th October. What kind of audience are you looking, or is it all age group, and how this would help to X amount of age or whatever? Like, you know, what age group will this be helpful?
Yeah, look, so this book on relationships, I've only told you like one thing about what not to change, is one thing not to do in a relationship. The other thing, that there are so many things in this that you could actually learn and pick up from this book. And there's a lot of humor in sad relationships. So even when shit happens in your life, you can have a little bit of humor about it. So my book is based on that. And the target audience for my book would be teenagers and above. So like from right when you're in a position to get started with a relationship, so let's say 16 to right up till you're 40, age of 40. And I feel like it's more geared towards women. This would again be another target audience for me, but I think by all means a man could read it, and still enjoy it. Like it's really funny. Like there's some really hilarious stories in there about real relationships, how they went crazy, and what not to do. And also, like, for example, I have a friend who I've also written about in the book, and she's from Los Angeles, and the book covers her life, where she had a great lifestyle, a beautiful manor, a lovely place to live in, all that her boyfriend provided, but he had a very bad habits, like he could never be trusted and he was very disloyal to her. But every time she caught him doing something wrong, she kept forgiving him because she was too scared to leave that lifestyle. So the other thing you shouldn't do is don't complain when you know the playing field. If you know somebody's like this and you still chosen to be in that relationship, stop complaining about what they are, because you knew. And the other thing you should never do is put your standards low. Do not let your standards low just because you're afraid to be alone, or afraid that who's going to take care of you, or you're afraid that security is going to go away from you. Do not lower your standards for those reasons, because for every one person, there's a population of billions in the world. You're bound to find somebody good eventually. I believe that. I really do. And the other thing you shouldn't do is have bad beliefs about relationship. Don't ever think that, oh, they're so hard to get. Oh, they're so difficult to come by. Oh, all the good men are taken. I've seen women even talk like that. So I feel like that's such a load of
That's
in
true.
crap. Because if you're looking for black, you're only going to see black. If you're focusing on black, you're not going to find pink. So if you're going to focus on stupid men, or men that are already not available or taken, and complain about it, that's all you're going to find. It's
That's
true.
true. If any our viewers have any question on relationship, you can always put a comment or write to us. Get back to give us your input, so we come to know much better. Also, Naina, since you are also coaching, so what is that one thing that you would want everybody basic to understand about their lives, because you're coaching so many people I've seen.
I would just say try to get a better understanding of who you are, even. And I know that sounds like a very, very deep question, but at least figure out what you can. And I'm only talking about relationships because that's the topic for discussion. So I'm going to say find out what you like and what you don't like. So at least have that awareness like, okay, I don't like a man who's untidy, or I don't like a woman who's untidy, or I don't like a guy who, focuses like he's all the time on the phone. I don't like a guy who's what I can and cannot accept. Just find a list of stuff that you can accept from someone. Find out what you're okay with and what you're not okay with, because I feel like you'll go in a relationship, you're all happy, but you don't even know what you want. So the kind of guy you want, and I'm not saying set your standards so high that, oh, the guy has to look like Brad Pitt but then behave like Robert Downey Jr., but then he's supposed to also be loyal like Superman, and he's supposed to be this and that. Don't be unrealistic about it. Find out what you want. Like, find out like 5 or 6 core things, values that the guy should have, like honesty, family orientated, fun, somebody who can be adventurous. These are things that I look for, at least. And you want to at least have that in place. Just maybe 5 things that you would want, for this guy to have. 5 things that you cannot even live without. And then at least it gives you a good start to kind of figure out who you want to date or be with. Yeah. And the other thing you should not do is never feel it's too late. Like, for example, I tell you you should date, but you don't listen. It's never too late. And you can always try, and you can always start. And it doesn't matter if you're not in a position to be with someone right now. There's a later stage, and you don't have to settle for someone just because you think, I am now above the age of 60 or 80. I'm not going to find someone. Everyone's looking for a good companion, and you can still find someone. It's never too late. It's only as late as you want it to be.
My this question was going to come because not because of me, because there are many women out there, and I think India still has not able to accept this, that females can marry 50 plus or 60 or whatever. So what is the advice? This is what I wanted to ask you.
What nonsense. Of course, there's no law. I'm a lawyer. I'll tell you right now, there's
No,
no law
it's
for
not
women
a
above
law.
the age
Of
of
course,
50
it
to
is
get
not.
married.
Of course, it is not a law. But I'm just saying, where people are not very bold enough to say, I mean, I know by choice, if I want to, I would say, but I do not want to. I'm not ready now. But just I'm saying.
Okay, so then check this out. Find somebody international. Just find somebody else. Who cares? No one cares. You should definitely never think it's too late. And guys, whoever's watching this, if you're, ready to date, and you're a guy, obviously a good guy, you date my mom. I'm really looking for her to find a guy.
Naina,
He's
you
really
are
nice.
too much. I think you're too much, Naina.
She's available, I'll tell you that. And she knows what she wants as well. So yeah, this has been a good talk, Mom. I'm glad I got to express this. Oh, we have some comments here. Someone called Pradeep is saying you have a very understanding mother, and you can call him a friend. Pradeep, yeah,
Hi,
that's
Pradeep.
true.
How
I'm
are
finding
you?
a guy
Thank
for her,
you.
so you can say we have a very good friendship kind of relationship. We have someone called Janki who says, I think relationships work only if you work on them to improve them, like a job, and not be taken for granted. Yeah, I completely agree. Like, you should first of all not even allow someone to take you for granted. This is what I mean about having your standards. I'm not saying be like a nag and have mood swings, but I'm saying do not allow people to take you for granted. You can find out how to do that in my book. I will tell you there. 'Cause it's the step-by-step process of what you do. You shouldn't be like too finicky about things and go into a mood, but there's also a way where you know how to be treated, and you can identify if someone's taking advantage of you. And yeah, I think all relationships work if there are two people that want to make it work.
Yeah, that's true. It's like you can't clap with one hand, but then I feel, just being yourself itself will make a lot of difference, because you cannot wear this mask for too long, you see? You
Yeah,
know?
but then that applies even for you. If you don't like somebody changing you, make sure you're not trying to change someone else either. And you know this person for all their flaws and stupidity, and you know full aware that you're accepting them for what they are.
Exactly. True. Very
Minakshi
true.
Kosra saying, that's right, find international. Yes, Minakshi, find international. If you feel like a guy in India is saying, oh, she's 50, I don't think we're ready to marry, say, find international. No one cares there.
Nana,
What? They're agreeing with me.
I'm sure they will.
And next
Well,
question.
Nana, this I think I've lost myself now. I don't know what to say. But seriously, Nana, I enjoyed this because I know talking with you is always fun, and especially tea time.
Yeah.
There's something special about you and me when we have our tea. So I
Yes, I
think
know that. We always bond over tea. I drink tea only because of you, by the way.
I know, and that's the quality time we spend together.
Yeah.
Lovely, Nana. So this was so amazing, so nice to talk to you on this relationship because uh, coming from you, because sometimes even when you are in your 50s and 60s, we still struggle to understand relationships. But you, as a young generation, teaching so much about relationship and or writing a book about it and bringing that awareness itself is a big thing.
Oh, yeah, I agree. We have a comment. There's David Nair. David, man, where you been? Hi, David. Wow. It's so nice to see you on here. Speak to me sometimes, David. And because you asked a question just for you, David, I'm going to answer it. He's asking, what would be your biggest fear in a relationship? My biggest fear in a relationship would be to become somebody I'm not. That would be my greatest fear, David. And also to be cheated on. I'll be honest. That would not just be my fear, that would even be the guy's fear because I'm not going to sit down and take that. So there you go, David. Just for you answered it. Minakshi says, enjoyed with you too, Lovesy. We enjoyed with you guys as well. I can't see how many people are on this, but thank you for whoever tuned in. Maria says, you're too funny, Nana. And Mala, you're amazing. Hey, Maria. Thanks for
Hi,
tuning
Priya.
in.
Hi, David.
Maria is wonderful. She's such a
Yeah,
lovely lady. So, yeah.
I know.
Like, yeah, so I was saying,
Yeah.
David gave me a thumbs up. Or, oh, yeah, he did this. Cool. Nice, David.
David asked you the question that I was going to ask next. But anyway, David, thank you.
He beat you to it.
So anyway, I had a brilliant time with you, Nana, and I hope my this tea time talk, you guys are loving it. Please put your comments so that I can improve and we can get a better every time, become better and better. And we'll give you lots of tips about mind, body, and soul. So there you go. Nana,
And
that's
relationship.
amazing.
And
Is there,
she's single.
sorry?
I said, and tips on relationships.
Yes.
And
Nana,
also, what?
is there anything you want to tell our viewers?
No, nothing other than my mom is single and she should be dating. So if you guys have good prospects and you know some great people, please chat her up.
Silly woman.
See you. This has been absolutely fun. Oh, there's someone else. Junkie saying, makeup by Mesby. Hey, hi, she's here as well. By the way, she did the most exceptional makeup, Mehsbeen. You're so lovely. Thank you for tuning in.
Mazbin. Hi, Mazbin. How are you?
And Junkie says to maintain any relationship, you have to adjust in life. Yeah, you do, but you have to understand who you're adjusting for. If you're adjusting for an absolute idiot, then you're not adjusting, you're lowering your standards. So you need to identify who you want to even adjust for, who's worth making those changes for, which is why I'm saying you have to have your rules about who you are as a person and what you can and cannot compromise on. That's my takeaway. And my
Then
final words are
I think, Indian women, I don't know how to put this, but they adjust a lot. I do understand men do, but comparing to that, what I have seen, Indian women adjust a lot. And I think that is one of the reasons, the relationship goes bad because there's no need to adjust so much. When you can't do, you shouldn't. We try to be Miss Perfect and we want to do everything and we want to show we can do everything.
yeah, okay. So let me point that out, by the way, guys. If your relationship is shit, it's your fault. And if it's good, it's also because of you. And I feel like if you're going to be a victim, say, oh, I adjusted so much and it went to hell. Nobody, asked you to put up with the adjusting. You decided that you want to adjust to please this person. So you have to be in a position of power where you say that, if I'm adjusting for this person, I'm doing it because I'm fully aware that it's going to cause me pain, but I like this guy too much. So you know what you're doing. So if you're having a shitty time in your relationship, don't just blame your partner. It's also you. Because if
Yeah.
somebody pushed you to your limits, it's only because you allowed them to. So it's both ways. You can either live your life as a victim, feeling like people made you do things you didn't want to, or you can be in a position of strength, saying, I made a few mistakes and I'm about to correct them now, and I'm gonna moving forward, or with my next person I meet in my life, I'm gonna make sure I have my ground rules in place. So yeah, and it's very hard to admit. That's like the most biggest, and don't get me wrong, it's not like I've got it right now, and I've had fights with people I love, and I've felt like I've blamed them for a lot of things, but I realized that it's my fault. It's because I put up with something that I shouldn't have, and that's something that you can use.
True. Lovely. It was so fantastic. Lovely talking to you. And I'm sure my viewers enjoyed you
Oh,
listening
like,
to your all tips on relationship. And we wish you a very, very good luck for your coming book,
thank you.
Relationship.
That relationship, stay tuned for that. It's going to be really fun.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Stay tuned till next Thursday. Then I'll catch you later. Bye bye.
Bye, she's single. See you.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having